Hi, I'm Rich at New Life Scientific, and today I'm wanting to show off this beautiful GeneVac HT-12 that we got in and thoroughly went through it. This one is definitely the newest one that I think we've had here. It's in great condition, one of the best ones I've ever seen. And I'm just going to go through a little bit of what we've done and some of the things that it offers. Right now it's actually running at full speed. We got the RPM set at the highest. It's got all the swing buckets in there, and you can just tell how quiet this whole system is right now. We've got the condenser running and we've got the scroll pump all running right now. So very little noise. I've never heard one run this quiet. And it's been running for a little while now. You can see up here on the screen, you got the pink here is actually the spin rate. And you can see it's running at 1700 RPMs. The condenser temperature's at -50. And you can see the cool heat is also running. And it's maintaining, I think, around 48 to 50 degrees on the temperature probe in there. I've only got one temperature probe installed right now. It has the option of another one here. But once it hits 50 degrees, you can see that the lamps kick back off. And it kind of just pretty much maintains, you can see it kicks on, kicks off, maintains a real consistency at 48 to 50 degrees on the cool heat lamp. And all the lamps work on all layers. It's only monitoring one of these right here, like I said. And then the chamber temperature is running at 38 degrees. And right now I have the vacuum setting running at 2 millibar, and it kind of, you can see down here too, it bounces around a little bit. It's set at 2, but the vacuum pump will kind of pull it down, and then it'll open it back up to kind of keep it right at 2. And I'm going to just go over to the settings, this page, and just let you see some of the settings that we're running on this. This is actually a test. And you can see down here I've got the control pressure at 2 mbar. And I can go ahead, and if I wanted to, I can scroll all the way back down to that. And I'll just show you real quick here, because I'm going to go ahead and set that to 0. We're just going to hit enter over here. And down here you can see I can set now the M-bar, and I'm going to set it to 0. And then hit enter. And then now you can see it's set at 0, and then I'm going to escape the screen. It's asking me save changes. I'm going to push Y for yes, and then it's updating. And now what's going to happen is that this is just going to continue to pull down the vacuum on down to 0 now, and just hold it at 0. But that's how easy it is just to go back to the recipe channel, make some adjustments, and again, you can see the cool heat has kicked back on because it dropped to 48, and it'll bump it back up to 50 again and then kick back off. But like I said, everything is just running pristine. The vacuum, we did have to go in and do I think we had to do a little bit in the vacuum. There was a few vacuum leaks, and we had to, I think it was some valves that we had to go in and pack the valves. And sometimes there's the door hinge up here too. We have to go in and pack the grease and the fittings around us so we don't get no vacuum leaks. But we're definitely serviced this in our shop. It's ready to go. We have parts units available also that we do have if you need any parts down the road, or if you need any assistance on it. We service these all the time in our shop and we get them in. But I'm going to go over a little bit. Like I said, this is a 2010 model. The evaporator 2010, and also the condenser over here, the VC3000D, and it's a 2010 model. And you can see it maintains a good temperature at -49, -50, and it brings into the first pot here, and then it pulls through the vacuum pump, the scroll pump, the XDS10 over here. And it also has this option over here if you want to exhaust your fumes from the catch pot over into another condenser, and it'll catch any residing moisture that's left in the vapor, catch it back in here before we release it back to the atmosphere pressure here. But complete system, turnkey, Scroll pump is running in excellent condition. Like I said, just a beautiful setup. I haven't seen one this nice in our shop yet. And just go back over here real quick, and you notice I went in and I hit the 0, and you can see it drop down to 0, and it's just holding real nice and steady here. So like I said, it's running the manufacturer spec. We always make sure of that. The vacuum, the temperatures, the condenser, everything is just up to speed, up to par. Now I'm going to go ahead and shut the system down, and we're going to look inside the chamber here real quick. So just simple, push the stop button, and you can actually hear the vacuum pulling off. It actually disengaged the vacuum pump, so it's not pulling anymore. And you can see it just, pressure is just releasing, shooting straight up here. And then as soon as the pressure releases, we're going to see a spin down rate. Here on the rotor, it's going to start slowing down. And then once the rotor hits 0, then we'll be able to open the door. So we'll wait a second here. The pressure has went back on up to ambient almost. And then now you can see again in the pink is just dropped down in the RPMs all the way back down to 0 almost. You can see it's down to 0, and immediately the run is finished. And at this point, once it gets to 0, you can open the door now, and it just simply push the open button and hold it, and you'll feel the door kind of pop, and it releases. And like I said, all the swing buckets are in here, ready for samples. Here's the thermocouple that's plugged in. Now this was just simply reading the spinning out here, but this would be plugged into your sample here, so you could really just get a good accurate measurement on your sample. And then it also has a plug over here for another sample, so you can be monitoring the samples here while you're spinning and get it real accurate. But like I said, we went through this. I've pulled the panels off. I've inspected everything. It's in excellent condition. I've inspected the belt drive on the system. It's still in excellent condition. The door mechanism here is working flawlessly. We went ahead and pulled these emergency pins. Now this is set up so that if something fails, power fails, and you need to get into your samples and you can't open this door because you had a power fail, there's actually access to some bolts up here on the top. And you can see this bolt on top. There's another one on the bottom, just like it. It's up in here. You can pull those bolts, those pins, and then these will actually pull loose so that you can open the door up in a power failure emergency, or if something is messed up on the machine. So that's an emergency access to the entrance. And what happens sometimes is these get stuck in there, and even though you pull the pins, you cannot get that door open. So we always make sure that we pull the pins, make sure these are lubed up enough that these will easily come out in case you have those. So it's just some of the things we do when we go through them. Like I said, we get it working to manufacturer specifications so that there's no issues. The seals on the condenser lids are in excellent condition. If you ever need any seals for these, though, we do carry these. We carry seals for about everything on these units that we have in stock. But beautiful unit. Like I said, 2010 HT-12. And if you got any more questions, just give us a call here at New Life Scientific. Thanks for watching.